Welcome, families. This video is about building and maintaining an advanced learning plan. Follow along with me while we learn. My name is Ben Hershelman, and I am a GT resource teacher. This is my 12th year working in the GT department. I have spent the last 10 years as the GT resource teacher assigned to North Arvada Middle School, which is my alma mater. Prior to that, I was with Kiffin Elementary School in Golden. Before I joined the Jeffco GT department, I was a high school social studies teacher at Ralston Valley High School and at Jefferson Academy Secondary. Gifted learners love a good passion project, and my professional passion project for the last 18 years has been coaching high school cross country and track. I love working with teenagers in a future outcomes-oriented, team-centered environment. In my spare time, I love setting and pursuing quirky goals. Recent goals I have pursued included eating 100 burritos in a year, using a gel tip pen until it was out of ink, and finally reading all of the books in my nightstand. Let's take a minute now to learn about advanced learning plans. All right, so in order to write an advanced learning plan, multiple data points must be taken into consideration. These points of data may include, but are not limited to, the results of cognitive tests and/or achievement tests, a student's academic profile, a profile of student work, teacher and parent referrals, teacher and parent observation screeners. The identification process can be initiated by students, parents, or other district personnel. Gifted student strengths usually lie in specific areas that we have listed here on this slide. Students do not need to excel across the entire scope of their academic experience to be considered gifted. The state has also given us a pathway to make identification possible for gifted students who have disabilities. These students are referred to as twice exceptional. In Jeffco, we take a strengths-based approach to identification, and we understand that each student may or may not readily demonstrate their strengths in the classroom for various reasons. Students without disabilities need to collect 3 pieces of qualifying data in order to be placed on an advanced learning plan. Let's start by discussing strength areas. The overwhelming majority of Jeffco students are identified in one or more of the strength areas on the left side of the slide. Students with a general intellectual ability strength area have scored in the 95th percentile or higher on a nationally normed cognitive test. The most common source of that in Jeffco schools is the Cognitive Abilities Test, or COGAT, which all Jeffco students currently take in 2nd grade as part of our state-mandated universal screening. Students with a specific academic aptitude strength area have scored in the 95th percentile or higher on some combination of MAP, CMAS, or another nationally normed achievement test. Students who have a strength area on the right side of the slide in a specific talent aptitude. In addition to other forms of testing, students with specific talent ALPs will also need a performance evaluation, observation scale, or norm reference test in their talent. Students with disabilities may qualify for gifted identification in the area of general or specific intellectual ability. To meet criteria under state guidelines, a student's body of evidence must include a score of 95th percentile or above on 1 or more batteries of a norm reference valid and reliable cognitive assessment. This designation has been developed as an exception. This presentation is meant to be an overview of ALP writing. If you have any questions, please reach out to your GT resource teacher as listed on the Jeffco website. Every student in Jeffco schools that is placed on an advanced learning plan has a body of evidence built for them using standards established by the state and implemented by Jeffco Public Schools. To qualify for an advanced learning plan, students need qualifying data from the boxes below. Students with a general intellectual ability strength area will have qualifying cognitive, achievement, and behavior observations. Students with just an academic strength area will have multiple qualifying achievement scores in addition to a qualifying behavioral observation score. Let's also use this slide to discuss statewide portability. As I previously mentioned, every 2nd grader in Jeffco Public Schools will take the Cognitive Abilities Test. To meet criteria for statewide portability, a student's body of evidence must contain a robust body of work. A qualifying cognitive score may be considered as one data point for identification in multiple content areas if 2 or more other data points for each content area demonstrate exceptionality. Not meeting criteria on a single assessment tool shall not prevent further data collection or consideration for identification. If other indicators suggest exceptional potential as observed in a body of evidence. 95th percentile means that a student scores better than 95% of students on a state or nationally normed assessment. This does not include unit tests or other tests that are only done inside of a school building. A review team with at least one person trained or endorsed in gifted education and programming reviews the body of evidence in order to make a determination. While some of the data in a body of evidence will be used to meet the criteria for GT identification, other data or information may be used to build a learner profile for the purpose of developing appropriate programming options defined in the advanced learning plan. Criteria for the rules are a level of exceptionality identified around the identification. Let's take a look at what makes up a student's advanced learning plan. We want students to use the ALP to take control of their learning and have a deeper understanding of their learning style and become strength-based learners. Jeffco Public Schools is dedicated to providing comprehensive programming for the education of the gifted and talented student. The student's ALP should look like a blueprint that maps out what students hope to learn and accomplish in their area of strength. Students will work toward becoming autonomous in their ALP goal setting by secondary school, which in most buildings is 6th grade. With guidance from home and school, the benefits are endless. When students become independent learners and self-advocates, our goal is that they will acquire learning skills that they will apply to learning situations in life, and that they will develop a greater sense of their abilities and learn to frame their passions and interests into real-world skills and lifelong interest. When your student is identified, you'll receive a document that shows the data used to identify the student. As your student proceeds through the school year, a student's ALP document will contain all the information on this slide. On the next slide, we will take a look at the yearly Advanced Learning Plan life cycle. Students in Jeffco follow roughly the same life cycle for their Advanced Learning Plan each year. Each fall, students set an academic and an affective goal for the year. At the elementary level, this is done as a collaboration with the student, family, and teacher. At most secondary buildings, ALPs are finalized, or at most elementary buildings, ALPs are finalized before fall parent-teacher conferences. As a student progresses into middle school and high school, students are supported with creating and maintaining their own goals for the year. In all cases, progress monitoring occurs during the year, and the goal is reviewed and closed each May. We'd like to say thank you. Please watch our other short videos for more information. If you have questions or would like to connect with our team, please fill out the short form on our website to get to the link to join us on Tuesday, September 16th between 5 and 6 p.m. Please reach out to your resource teacher for student or school-specific questions. The links for all of these things are on the Jeffco GT website.